Hi everyone, Sam Jackson here. So today I'm going to go through using EA Studio to create a moving average crossover strategy. So I'll move to the computer now and show you how we're going to do that. On the screen here I've got EA Studio running and I've had this running for nearly 40 minutes now. It's collected pretty much full collection, so we're going to stop that now and I'll run through the settings and what we're trying to do. So stop, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'll just save my work. So I'll save the computer's work essentially, but I'll save the original collection. Okay, so we've got a collection of strategies. What have I set up? I've decided in this case that I'm going to do the date ranges manually. So I'm using the M15 time frame and I've set 2 years for the generation period, and then we're going to manually use an out of sample of 6 months and then a validation period of 6 months, which will bring us up to pretty much today. For the acceptance criteria, I've just got something very simple, and we're going to use EA Studio's filters to improve the statistics of our collection. But right now I've just said I just want 150 trades and I want them to have a profit factor of 1.1. And as I said, I've used the Darwin X data source, USD JPY and M15. I have, for the strategy properties, I've always used fixed take profit and stop loss between 20 and 120 pips. And for the generation, I've said I want a maximum of 3 entry indicators and a max of 2 exit indicators. And as I said, I've used the full in sample because we're going to do the date ranges manually. Now, to target the particular type of strategy here, which is a moving average crossover, I've limited the entry and exit rules. So I've got the moving average crossover, of course. I've also allowed moving average, and to have ideally a couple more, I've got the RSI, the stochastic, and I've allowed Bollinger Bands too. So only those have been allowed. And so the first step we're going to do is we're just going to use the performance filter to kind of choose the best strategies. It's better to have something in the collection to work with. I would say what's most important to me after this, well, let's get the profit factor, minimum profit factor, and let's up that to 1.2. Okay, so we can see that drops the number of strategies down to 103. I'm kind of looking for maybe the best 50, 60 to work with at the moment. Maybe 100 is good actually. So let's have a look at the minimum balance stability, and 60. Yeah, I don't really want any less than 60. I'm okay with 1.1. Yeah, 60. Yeah, okay. One more that I quite like is the return over drawdown, and so let's see if we can get one. Yeah, okay, they're all 1. That's good. Okay, so now I'm going to delete all the rest that don't pass that criteria. I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to download this collection. So now what I want to do is, first of all, I'm going to run these all through a Monte Carlo test. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to go to the validator, and I'm going to import that collection. I'm going to run the Monte Carlo. I'm going to check the settings. Randomize history date. Yeah, that looks, I'm not so fussed about that. No, just profitable is good. Yeah, okay, so basically we just want to randomize the indicator parameters and the history data, and we're just looking for 80% of 20 tests to be profitable. So that will take no time at all, but Monte Carlo is obviously running quite a lot, so we're going to pass them through. The next thing we're going to do is, once these have all gone through, we're going to go through the collection manually and just quickly look at the strategy and add any of the ones that we want to investigate further to the portfolio. So some of the strategies, maybe there may not even be a moving average crossover, which is of course what I am targeting here. So I want to inspect the strategy very quickly. Just, does the strategy kind of look like what I was targeting? You know, is it a moving average crossover based strategy? And we'll maybe do a couple of quick manual checks as we go. Okay, perfect. So we've got 63. Again, I will download that and add that to the collection. Right, and now I'm just going to go from top to bottom. I'm just going to have a look. Bollinger Bands, it's not even a moving average, so we'll just get rid of it. Again, nope. Again, no. Okay, we're getting lots of Bollinger Band strategies. Nope. So far we're not really getting too lucky here, which is a shame. Here we go. Moving average crosses slow. Yeah, okay. This one immediately is what we're looking for. So we'll add it to the portfolio and then get rid of it. Not what we're looking for. It's another moving average crossover. So yes, we will take that one. New. Don't really like the look of it, even though it's a moving average crossover. So we'll just get rid of it. New. No. Nope. That one's okay. We'll take that. No. So at this point, probably we'll edit this tedious task out of me just quickly going through and selecting all the ones that actually are crossover strategies. That one can get in, and we'll continue the video once I have done that. Okay, that's probably going to take me 5-10 minutes, but no one really wants to watch me just quickly isolate the strategies that are actually moving average crossovers. Okay, we've got 12. So we've added those 12 to the portfolio. So now we've got 12 here. And the reason I've done that is we can actually download that collection from here and work with it. So we can download that collection way I often do, and we can just bring that collection back in. Okay, so now we've got our moving average crossover strategies. So why have I done that? Just because I'm looking for some simple kind of strategies. Most people understand moving average. You know, we've got a slow moving average and a fast one, and when it crosses, that's our entry signal. So this one looks pretty good. We know it's past the Monte Carlo. I've also just checked on a different data source and it's good. So I'm going to add that to the portfolio and I will move on to the next one. I'm just going to quickly chat again. It's done well on 2 different data sources. That's the only additional robustness test I'm checking at the moment. Again, that one's done okay. It's kind of failing a bit lately, but it's still okay, and we're going to add it. Sometimes just having a look at a different data source, it can be a bit different, and it can be a bit of a flag that it's maybe not going to suit many brokers. But these so far all seem to be looking pretty good. Yeah, they all look good. So that original 12 is fine, so we don't need to download that. We can just bring those back in. And now what I want to do is I want to recalculate those for the out of sample, which is kind of the last kind of check. 2023, 2023. And we're going to go 6 months ahead. So we're going to go to 01, 02, 2024. We will recalculate these. Okay, so we've got quite, and this is to be totally expected. I mean, there's some that aren't looking good, so we're going to just get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. We don't want to trade these ones that have performed pretty poorly out of sample. Of course, the reactor can be used to do all this. I'm just doing it in a kind of more broken down way, just for demonstration, especially for people who are new to EA Studio. Okay, so now we've got a portfolio, and this is it. If we go back to 2021, so we'll look at the entire period. So I guess, part of it's out of sample. It looks good on different brokers. Black Bull. Yeah, okay. So generally it's looking pretty good. Now let's go and test that as a final check. We'll do a validation period. So we're going to go 02 to 024, and basically that's, a week ago. Okay, so it's gone through a bit of a stagnant period. It's only made a very small profit as a portfolio. So let's go and have a look at the whole curve and just see if that looks reasonable. It totally does. That it's not an uncharacteristic kind of, it's just in a stagnation period, much the same as here. There's no real reason to think it's not worth trading. Let's go 2024. Let's just have a look. Okay, so one of them has continued to do really well. One of them's just continued losing, and this one's maybe stagnant. So probably at that point, I'm going to get rid of this one and keep the portfolio as just these 2. And of course, that's slightly impacting this, but I would be getting rid of that one. I'd be looking to get rid of that one because it's had a period where it's not really done so well. This one being reasonably flat isn't such a bother. I mean, if we then go back and have a look and get that entire period. So both of these strategies look worth trading. This one, there's a few extra drawdowns that have to be weathered, and they're quite a bit more extreme than this one, which is the more desirable one, but they're both worth putting on. They've both passed robustness tests, and they're worth putting on an incubator account at least. So I will download those expert advisors, and I'll put them on a demo account ready for trading, and if they perform well, I'll move them to a live account. So I will make the EA Studio settings file and the 2 expert advisors that I've just created available for download at the link in the description, in the video description. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the content, and yeah, if you want to learn more, just check out the next video, and I'll see you soon.